We all love a high paying and interesting software job. But COVID-19 has completely changed the way technical interviews are conducted. Do you know how they are happening in 2021? Hi, this is Abhimanyu Singh.
Hi, I'm Jainam, and in this video, we'll be simulating a real interview. We will be deep diving into actual coding problem and also share some interesting tips and tricks along the way.
In today's session, I will be the candidate and Janam will be the interviewer. So let's get started.
Hey Abhimanyu, good morning. How are you?
Hey Janam, I'm all good. Thanks for asking. What about you?
I am also doing good. So I'm Jainam. I am a BITS Pilani alumnus and I've been working as a software engineer since I graduated. So we'll be solving some problems together over the next 45 minutes. So let's get started. Okay, Abhimanyu, tell me something about yourself.
So, hey Janam, I am Abhimanyu Singh, a computer science undergrad from BITS Pilani. I have been programming since I was in high school and I am currently interested in solving problems related to distributed systems and cloud computing. Apart from academics, I have captained the college squash team and represented in Inter-College Sports Fest. I have also cleared Google Summer of Code in 2016, where I worked on developing a rating engine for Wiki to Learn. Your company is doing amazing in the field of cloud computing, and it will be a great opportunity for me to advance my skills and develop my career here.
Good to hear that you're really passionate about programming. Okay, so let's take up a question now. We'll use this online shared code editor so both of us can work on it simultaneously.
Sure.
I've shared the link in the chat window and you can open that.
Is there any preferred language for coding?
No, you can code in any language of your choice.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so here is the question. Say you are given some ranges of integers. Okay, the ranges are in the format lower limit to upper limit. Then you will be getting multiple queries, probably millions of them. Each query will be an integer. Your task is to say if that integer belongs to any one of the ranges or not. Here, our aim is to optimize the query time. You can do any pre-processing that you want. Let's take an example. Say you are given the ranges 17 to 25, 1 to 4, 35 to 37, and the queries are 11 and 36. Then for 11, you should output no because it doesn't belong in any range. And for 36, you should output yes since it belongs to the range 35 to 37. Okay. So here our aim is to optimize query time and you can do any pre-processing that you want. So is the question clear?
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah. Sir, I think that the brute force approach will be to check for the query in each range, okay? And if it's greater than the lower bound and lesser than the upper bound, then we output yes, otherwise no.
Yeah, that's one way to solve this problem. So what would be the time complexity of each query in this approach?
So I think it would be O of number of ranges.
Yes. So can we do better here?
Yeah, I'm thinking. I suppose there must be something better that we can do here. Maybe as I'm coding, I'll get some hint or something.
Okay, let's first discuss the approach before we code. Do not right away start coding because an incorrect approach can potentially lead the interview in the wrong direction.
Yeah, I'm just thinking.
5 minutes later.
Can you think loudly? Do not sit idle for a long time. Think loudly and discuss with the interviewer.
Yeah, sure. So I was thinking, since we can do the pre-processing, we can just sort the ranges on their lower limit. Then we can do a binary search.
So, how exactly are you planning to do a binary search here?
We can take the lower bound of the lower limit of ranges and see if it fits in that range.
Such statements, which directly use STL, can be vague and confusing. The explanation should be crisp and concise. This could have been explained like this.
So we can model the ranges into an array of pairs. We will sort the ranges based on their lower limits. Then, in those sorted ranges, our candidate ranges will be the ranges whose lower limit is lesser than the number to be queried. Now, we pick the range whose lower limit is the greatest amongst these candidates. Okay? We will find this range using binary search. Now, we can check if the target number lies in this range. For example, in the sample case that you shared, the sorted ranges would be 1 to 4, 17 to 25, 35 to 37. So, for our target number 11, our chosen range would be 1 to 4 because clearly 11 cannot lie in a range whose lower limit is 17. So here 11 does not lie within our chosen range 1 to 4. Hence we output no. Similarly for 36, our chosen range would be 35 to 37. And since 36 lies within this range, we output yes.
Are you sure this will work?
Yes sir, this should work.
Okay. Say what if the ranges are overlapping? For example, if there was another range 19 to 21 in the same example and we query for 23.
Our algorithm would have picked the range 19 to 21 as the candidate range and it would output no, but it is still present in the range 17 to 25.
Dry running your code is a good practice to detect edge cases that you might have missed.
Okay, so I think we can merge the overlapping ranges. In this case, we can merge 17 to 25 and then 19 to 21 into a single range that is 17 to 25.
Yeah, that's correct. So, what's the time complexity of each query in this approach?
So I think it would be O of log of number of ranges.
Yeah. Okay, let's start coding the solution now.
Okay.
Do you know this question can be solved in constant time, order of 1? You're probably thinking how. So, this is one of the most underrated interview technique. Make sure to ask questions regarding the problem that you have got that can shape the direction in which the interview goes. For example, the questions here could have been, what is the range of the integer values for the lower and upper limit of the ranges? Here, had the interviewer said that the lower limit and upper limit can only be between 0 to 1000, then the question would have been very easy. The solution would be to create an array of booleans where you mark all the values in the ranges as true and others as false. Now, for each query, you can see if the value corresponding to that element in array is true or false. This would query in constant time order of 1. Taking our example, So here we have the ranges 17 to 25, 1 to 4, and 35 to 37. So what we'll be doing is we'll mark 1, 2, 3, 4 as true in the array, then 5, 6, 7, so on up till 16 as false, then 17, 18, 19, so on up till 25 is true, and then 26, 27, so on up till 34 as false, then 35 to 36, 35, 36, 37 is true, and 38, 39, and so on as false. Now we have our query 11. So when we do check the value of 11 in the array, we will have it marked as false. Hence, it is not in any of the ranges. When we have our query as 36, it is present in one of the ranges, and hence it was marked true by us. So it is present. So here we have solved the problem in constant time, order of 1. You're probably wondering why we didn't use the same solution above. So because if our lower limit and upper limit could be any positive integer, not necessarily between 0 to 1000, then the solution won't work, since it would need to allocate a very big array, which will result in Stack Overflow. Hence, we would have to work with the binary search solution that we discussed earlier here. Okay, so let's see the code for the solution now. Do not code like this. Name the variables properly that are understandable and make sense. Modularize the code into functions. There are extra points for clean and concise code. Let's do a quick recap of what we learned in today's video. First, ask questions and clear every doubt before approaching the solution. This can lead the interview in any direction. As we saw in the problem that we took, asking the question on the range of integers could have made it a totally different question. Asking about overlapping ranges also would have affected the difficulty of question. Don't sit idle for a long time. Think loudly. Provide clear explanation, discuss with the interviewer, and finalize the approach before starting to code. Name the variables properly that are understandable and make sense. Modularize the code into functions. Consider edge cases and perform sanity check on the input. Dry run your code with a small example. And last but not the least trick, connect, message with us on LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram for help related to cracking software engineering interviews.